This is Mamuni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to solve a single column cash book problem. So let's get started. Chalo, shuru kara jak. Here is the problem. Cash book single column. Enter the following transactions of Ma in her single column cash book. On 2022 1st March, balance of cash in hand 2500. So the opening balance of cash is given in the problem. So we'll have to write on the debit side of the cash book to balance BD 2500 since the opening balance of cash is given in the problem. Okay, so let's write 1st March to balance BD to balance BD 2500. Since we don't have to write any journal entry for the opening balance, so there is no narration. Okay, always remember cash book, be it a single column or a double column or a triple column, only records cash receipts on the debit side and cash payments on the credit side. Cash book does not record credit transactions, and single column cash book does not record checks received and checks paid, and single column cash book also does not record cash discount allowed and cash discount received. Single column cash book only records cash receipts on the debit side and cash payments on the credit side. Okay, so let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 3rd March, goods purchased for cash 5000. So ignore goods. Instead of goods, we'll write purchases account. So what will be the journal entry? Purchases account debit to cash account. What is the position of cash? Since cash account is on the credit side, purchases account will be on the credit side as well. So we'll have to write on the credit side of the cash book by purchases account 5000. Okay, so let's write 3rd March by purchases account 3000, being goods purchased for cash, being goods purchased for cash. Okay, moreover cash book is a real account, so what goes out is credit. So when goods are purchased, cash goes out from the business, so 3000 will be credited. Understood? Let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 10th March, sold goods for cash 20,000. So what will be the journal entry? Cash account debit to sales account. Since cash account is on the debit side, sales account will be on the debit side as well. So we'll have to write to sales account 20,000 on the debit side of cash book. Okay, so let's write 10th March to sales account. How much? 20,000. Being goods sold for cash. Okay. Moreover, cash book is a real account, so what comes in is debit. Here, when goods are sold, cash comes into the business. So 20,000 will be debited. Understood? Let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 15th March, purchase furniture for office 6000. So what will be the journal entry? Furniture account debit to cash account 6000. Since cash account is on the credit side, furniture account will also be on the credit side. So we'll have to write in the cash book on the credit side by furniture account 6000. Okay, so let's write 15th March by furniture account. How much? 6000. Being furniture purchased for cash. or cash. Okay, and moreover, cash book is a real account, so what goes out is credit. So when Ma purchased furniture, cash goes out from the business, so 6,000 will be credited. Understood? So let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 18th March, paid wages 1,000. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be wages account debit to cash account. What is the position of cash account? Since the cash account is on the credit side, wages account will be on the credit side as well. So we'll have to write on the credit side of cash book by wages account 1,000. Okay, so let's write. So 18th March by wages account 1,000. So let's write down the narration being wages paid. Okay, and moreover, since cash book is a real account, what goes out is credit. Here, when wages are paid, cash goes out from the business. So 1,000 will be credited. Understood? Let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 21st March, purchase typewriter 10,000. Instead of typewriter, we'll write office equipment. Okay. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be office equipment debit to cash account. Okay. So what is the position of cash account? Cash account is on the credit side. Since cash account is on the credit side, office equipment will also be on the credit side. So we'll have to write in the cash book on the credit side by office equipment 10,000. Okay. So let's write. On 21st March by office equipment. Don't write typewriter. Instead of typewriter, we'll have to write office equipment by office equipment. When I have already taught you when I was discussing the chapter journal, office equipment. How much? 10,000. Being typewriter. Here we'll use the word typewriter. Being typewriter purchased. Okay. Moreover, cash book comes under real account. So what goes out is credit. Here, when Ma purchased office equipment, cash goes out from the business. So 10,000 will be credited. Understood? Let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 25th March, received commission 1,500. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be cash account debit to commission account. So what is the position of cash account? Since the cash account is on the debit side, commission account will also be on the debit side. So we'll have to write in the cash book on the debit side to commission account 1,500. Okay. So let's write 25th March to commission account to commission account 1,500. What is the narration? Being commission received. Okay. And moreover, cash book is a real account. So according to real account, what comes in is debit. Here, when commission is received, cash comes in. So 1,500 will be debited. Understood? Let's see the last transaction. The last transaction is on 30th March, sold goods to Varsha on credit 4,000. This will not appear in the cash book because cash book, be it a single column or a double column or a triple column, does not record credit transactions. Instead, we'll have to write a short note below the cash book. Okay. So how to write a short note? Let me show you. So we'll have to write note. There will be no journal entry in the cash book for the credit sales of goods to Varsha on 30th March 2022, since cash book records only cash transactions and no credit transactions. Okay. So now let's calculate the total of debit column and the total of credit column. So what is the total of debit column? The total of debit column is 24,000 and the total of credit column is 22,000. So we'll have to write 24,000 on both sides, not 22,000. Why? Because the rule is যেই টোটালটা বড় হবে সেই টোটালটাই both sides লিখতে হবে. Since 24,000 is greater than 22,000, we'll have to write 24,000 on both sides. There is a shortfall on the credit side, so we'll have to balance the credit side. So there will be a balancing figure by balance CD. By balance CD. What is the date? Last day in the month of March, 31st March. So if you deduct the total of credit column from the total of debit column, you'll get the balancing figure. So what is the total of credit column? The total of credit column is 22,000 and the total of debit column is 24,000. If you deduct 22,000 from 24,000, you'll get 2,000. So 2,000 is the closing cash or by balance CD. This is the closing cash of the business. Okay. So this closing cash will be brought down on the opposite side beneath the debit total, because Ma has not shut down the business. She will continue the business. So this closing cash will become the opening balance to balance BD. What is the amount? 2,000. Same amount. April, the very next day. What will be the date? The very next day, 1st April. Okay. Now see, both the columns have been balanced. I hope you understood. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful. And before I fade out, please remember, don't just dream of becoming rich, famous and successful. Chase your dreams. Never stop chasing your dreams. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay safe and stay blessed always.